Hello there, thanks for tuning in. Here is our Chapter 3 test. I'm going to kind of get you started on these so that you can figure out what the XY coordinates are for all these systems. I'll kind of show you which way I would do it. So here we go. Looking at number 1, I would multiply this whole bottom equation by 2. So distribute the 2 to everybody and rewrite it, and then combine it with this equation up here. So we're going to get rid of the x's, combine your y's and all the other numbers, solve for y, and then plug it back in and solve for x. Whatever you get for y, doesn't matter which equation you pick, plug it back into one of them and then solve for x. All right? But just don't forget, when we distribute, multiply that 2 to all 3 terms. So that's number 1. Looking at number 2, I would, let's see here. Let's multiply this bottom one again by 2. So again, distribute everybody. So in this one, we will get rid of the y's. You'll solve for x, plug it back in. I'd plug into this one. Whatever you get for x, plug it in right here and solve for this y. Again, also on all these, make sure you're writing your answers as an ordered pair. So the x, y coordinate, like that, because that is the mission, is to figure out what is the intersection. On number 3, this one already starts out real nice for you because, as you can see, these guys will cancel out. Positive 2, negative 2, that zeroes out. Combine your like terms. Remember, that is a 1 in front of that x. So solve for x and plug it back into, I would use this bottom equation. Whatever you get for x, plug it in right here and solve for y. So that's the first 3 problems. Let's look at the next few. On number 4, I would multiply this bottom equation by a negative 2 and then distribute him to all terms involved. On number 5, I would multiply this whole top equation by negative 3 and make sure again we distribute to all the terms. In number 6, let's distribute this top equation by negative 3. That'll get rid of the y's. That'll cancel all the y terms out. You're solving for x, and then plug it back in to solve for y. Moving down here to number 8. Don't need to multiply through on anything because these already cancel out. As you can see, negative 3, positive 3. That zeroes out. Again, don't forget that is a 1 in front of that x. So combine your x's and whole numbers, solve for x. Plug it back in. I would plug it into this one so I don't work with a negative. Plug in your value for x here, 4 times whatever you get. Solve for y. Number 9. We would multiply this whole top equation by 3. This will get rid of the y's. So again, distribute him to everybody. Multiply everybody by 3 on that top equation. So that'll cancel the y's. Solve for x, then plug it back in and solve for y. Number 10. And that's the last one of these that we're going to do. I'd multiply this top equation by negative 4. Make sure you distribute him. All right. The word problems I'm going to let you skip, by the way. I forgot to tell you that on number 7 and 11. I'll let you guys skip it. Looking down now, the last 3 you must do is 12, 13, 14. All right. And if we recall in class, we want to know what's the x, y, and z axis. Where does this plane cross it? So basically, all we got to do is, and Mr. Paxton talked about this in class on Wednesday, is all we have to do is set up 3 small equations, one with because you're going to, when you want to know the x value, you plug in zeros here. So basically just cover those up and you're left with x equals 6. Nothing else you have to do. To find the y, you'd say 2y equals 6. Okay, so you'd say, okay, well, x equals 6. There's nothing more I have to do there. Then 2y equals 6. And then 3z equals 6. And you solve all those for the letter. And then on your graph, just plot the point that you get for x, y, and z and connect them with that, connect them as a triangle. All right, but that is exactly all you have to do for 12, 13, 14. Use what we did here in number 12 as kind of a model for 13 and 14. If you have questions, please contact me and let me know. Otherwise, good luck and have a great rest of your day. God bless.